I'm Myra Lewin, and I have the Hale Pule School of Yoga and Ayurveda. I started this school because I felt like we needed to have training in yoga that provided personal attention and understanding of the personal nature, but also the vast nature of yoga. That it's not just a physical exercise, but it is truly about our whole being. And so this school then approaches our trainings in that way. My background in yoga and Ayurveda started in the late 1980s. And my practice in the beginning, is like many people, was a little bit difficult. I wanted to learn to practice at home. I had a very difficult time doing it. With the inspiration of great teachers, I was able to understand that there is so much more to yoga than postures. And as I started to learn the other practices, then changes came about that were incredible, that I really couldn't do anything but continue on and to become a teacher and to realize that this is such a great thing to offer people. Some of the people that I learned from, senior teachers with Mr. Iyengar, Sandra Kozak, Ramanand Patel, and Betty Eiler were my early teachers, and then Richard Freeman and Patabi Joyce were also quite influential in my learning. My first practices came about with Jack Cornfield in meditation, in Vipassana meditation. And this was an amazing introduction because he was such an amazing teacher. But it was a very difficult thing for me because I had never done anything like that before. So these teachers then were so inspirational to me that I was able to move beyond things that were very difficult for me because I could see the possibilities that would come. Some of the things that are so special about our trainings is that we're on the island of Kauai, in the United States, and it's an incredibly beautiful place and supports our spiritual nature. Another thing that's unique about our trainings are that Ayurveda is woven all the way through the trainings, so that you start to understand the holistic nature of our being, and it actually supports the yogic practices tremendously. And then our trainings are smaller so that you get a lot of personal attention, and we're able to go much deeper, and it's a program of self-development. Our meals are not only Ayurvedic preparation, but they're all organic and mostly local. Produce is used, and much of it is grown on Durga farms. And it's all freshly prepared. And you learn about the energy that goes into the food in the course and start to understand how that affects you. The food is truly a healing experience on its own. Our trainings are authentic in that we draw from the texts, particularly the Bhagavad Gita and the Yoga Sutras. And those texts then are used as the basis for all of the learning. And that, combined with an understanding of the principles that are given in the Yoga Sutras, for example, we implement these in our daily lives during the training, which makes it then easier to be able to continue on and grow in terms of depth of your yoga practice. We prepare students to be able to teach not only groups, but to be able to teach privately. And we do this by providing a foundation and an understanding of why we do things and what's at the basis of what we're doing, whether it's poses or breathing practices or meditation. So with that understanding, then when questions come up, then it's easier to start to be able to establish and find your own answers. We're also available to support people ongoing. Preparing to teach, though, comes from having a thorough understanding of what you're teaching. So we go into this in great depth in the training, as well as optimal communication techniques.